So this is Tyler with Baseball Think Tank. Here we have Daniel. Daniel, you are a great example of a kid who, if we put you in the right drills, just make a few minor changes. Remember, one of my favorite sayings is that input changes output. If we change the input to what you're, how you're throwing the baseball, you're going to see drastic changes in the output, and I'll show you why. Just watching you throw out in the outfield, we see just a very passive lower half. I mean, basically all you're doing is stepping out. Once you're getting into landing, instead of this segmented rotation we talked about where the hips rotate through, they reach their fastest speed of rotation, then the trunk rotates, then the shoulder goes into layback. The shoulder just kind of rotates negatively until it's able to fly through. When we segment those phases of rotation, each subsequent phase goes faster. What we see with you is a very passive lower half, and then we see hips and trunk rotating together. The ability, the flexibility of your shoulder shows you're able to get, just by the speed of your trunk turning, you're able to throw your arm into, pretty good layback. I mean, your body is completely capable of getting where it needs to get to. So more than anything, we need to work on the explosiveness of generating power of the lower half, and then the timing. When we look at when you were on the core velocity belt, we were doing, we'd work this 2-click drill where our hands go up with the knee, down with the knee. And even in this drill, I want to point out, the whole idea here is to be synchronized, is to get the timing right with the movements so that each subsequent action will have to go a little bit faster. And what we see is the timing's a little out of sync, and I think that was one of your comments, something that kind of felt weird. And one of the reasons it felt weird is we didn't have the timing exactly right, because you see the hands starting way before the foot starts coming up or the leg starts coming up, okay? So at this point with the hands, our knees should already be coming up. So we're getting, a lot of extra arm movement that should coincide with just the lifting of the leg. And then on the way down, we see hands starting down long before the knee starts down. So again, what we're trying to do with this drill is synchronize the body's movements, okay? So, step one, drill, you can do this, in your living room watching TV, grab 2 baseballs, work on hands and leg going up at the exact same time, okay? We don't want this difference in timing here. So click up with the knee, click down with the knee, and see if we can't synchronize those movements a little better. When we talk about generating power from the backside, this is one of the things I want you to focus on. If we look at your back leg, okay? So even with the belt, we're starting to move, but I want you to watch your back knee and its alignment with your ankle. See how that back knee starts to roll in, okay? So it's rolling underneath. Before we get very far down the mound with this back hip, the back knee is rolling in. One of the reasons that is happening is this front hip, front foot is starting to swing open. Okay, so you're allowing that front hip to kind of dictate your hip rotation. And think about it this way, if I'm moving and I just start allowing the front hip to open slowly and it's pulling me slowly all the way around, that's a very passive opening of the hips. Ideally, we want to create as much hip speed as possible. And the way we do that is we stay strong and we drive the backside, drive it further. Once we're way out here somewhere, I'd like to see you, I would like to see you get, at this angle and this angle on your stride. Now, that's a little far, so we would be out in here. So, ideally, that's where you could be striding to. Somewhere out in this area. That starts with learning how to be stronger and more efficient with the lower half. I say stronger with quotes around it simply because you're a big, strong kid. I mean, you've definitely got some muscular strength. What we need to do is tie into that and put your body in the right position. So again, the big keywords for you, Daniel, are timing and positions, allowing your body to get to the right place at the right time. So some simple exercises just so you can get this feeling. Okay, without a baseball, I want you to think, I don't know if you've ever heard the term pistol squats. Okay, so basically they're one-legged squats. And what we want to do with a pistol squat is kind of get in this position. You can straighten your left leg out if you want to, okay? But all you're going to do is you're going to allow this back knee, okay, this knee is going to sit down until it's directly over your toes, okay? Once that knee pushes out over your toes, don't let it go any further, and you're just going to sit down straight, okay? So you're just sitting straight down as low as you can and hold it, okay? So your left leg is not going anywhere when you do a squat. You're just doing a one-legged, like I'm going to sit down in a chair with just one leg. Just don't let the back knee collapse, any further than your toe line, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. And what we're doing is trying to strengthen the muscles, the hamstrings, the glutes in that right leg, and it's not so much, it's not that you're weak, you're strong. It's that those muscles have never performed those actions. We want to get those muscles accustomed to performing the way we want them to work, and you won't have any problem once they start feeling it. The other thing I want you to do, very simple exercise, start with your feet together, okay? So imagine, I'll try to draw it here. If we start with our legs here, okay, without letting our toes turn out. So our toes are pointing, right here at the screen, right here at the camera. Okay, what we want to then do is increase, or, let's say do it this way, okay? So we start out in a very skinny triangle, okay? So here's our body, blah, 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 okay? And there's our head. Whoops, draw a little head on this guy, okay? So what we want to end up, here's the head, here's the body. We want to end up with a much wider triangle without opening our feet. So how are we going to do that? Okay, I want the energy coming off of the back leg. So the back leg is going to push our entire body forward. Okay, all we're doing is training our body to make a bigger, wider triangle and go as wide as you can without letting, I'll clear all these drawings off, without letting this front hip swing open, okay? This is the movement we're trying to avoid. So let's do some pistol squats. We can do one-legged squats on both legs, and then let's work on just striding out as far as we can without the feet opening at all, okay? We don't even need to use a baseball for that. Just think, I'm going to start with a skinny triangle, and I'm going to use my back leg to push everything forward and make a big, wide triangle. Go as wide as you can. And then once you've done, several sets of that, then go back and add the 2-click drill and go straight into landing without even opening the hips. We stop at that motion. Work on the 2-click drill coming into landing, still both feet pointing towards us. Don't even worry about opening the hips at that point, okay? I mean, once you master those drills, all of a sudden we can start really feeling what it feels like to create this segmented rotation where our hips go first, then the trunk comes, and then the shoulder rolls. And, honestly, if we can change those components of input into your delivery, the benefits, the output is going to be tremendous for you. So, anyway, great job. Enjoy working with you, and hope to talk with you soon, bud.